Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a new video. Yeah, check it out right now. They recently released the combat updates, for the what do you call that? For all the three main styles. I've been playing around with a couple of them, mostly melee and range, because those are melee used to be my main combat style back when Rs before RuneScape 3. And then in during RuneScape 3, range became my main combat style. I got to experiment with magic quite a bit, but I was never fully into magic, I guess. But yeah, this is the rotation I've been testing out, for the lack of a better word. I've been able to do Carapac, basically AFK. There's still some things I feel like I could do better. The lowest timing I've had, like in kills, has been a minute and 27 seconds, I believe, which is pretty good, all things considered, if you think about it, because the actual Carapac, I think he phases every 150k worth of HP. And sometimes the longest part of the fight is actually him switching phases. If you kind of look at that, like, you can't really do much damage to him during the phase switches. So yeah, I'd say combat is more fluid. Because once Necromancy came out, it was kind of difficult to really match up the regular damage on Necromancy from like tier 90s. Whereas now, even because what I'm using is pretty high level stuff, like it's the Vestments of Havoc, and then we've also got the augmented masterwork 2H sword. I think the 2H sword isn't supposed to be like tier 99, but it's somewhere close. It's like in between. I've got the Ring of Death. That one doesn't really give too much bonuses other than like some extra damage. But yeah, like you just saw. And then this is how I set up my rotation. Because right now I'm using Revolution. I don't really have internet at home right now. So it's kind of left me in a bit of a weird in between, because I do want to play, but at the same time, um, especially for RuneScape 3, you have to kind of be on a keyboard if you want to do full manual. Because I feel like full manual is still going to be the way to go if you want to max out your damage. There's a lot of things I can see here that I would do in a rotation personally differently. It's just that this is how I've set it up because I just want to AFK, you know? Like, I don't want to overthink the the entirety of this, but I also don't want to underperform in terms of damage. And because of the Vestments of Havoc, I've noticed melee has a lot of extra energy, so it's really useful to dump that energy into the bleed right now. But yeah, I hope you can kind of tell where it's coming from. So we got, it would be this one over here. So we got Meteor Strike in the very beginning. That's gonna do your it's gonna do your damage, and then it's also gonna increase your adrenaline by 4.5 every 6 seconds. So every game tick. Oh, that's my brother. Every game tick, what it does is he's just checking in on me. Um, every game tick, it gives you 4.5 adrenaline, which is stacked on top of the Vestments of Havoc, which after casting a melee ultimate ability, regenerate 15% adrenaline, and if this is already active, instead regenerate 20% adrenaline. So 15% adrenaline over what was it? 18 seconds, right? And then on top of that, you're still regenerating adrenaline from the, let me see. Where are you at dive? No. Generates, well, you have a weapon equipped 30 seconds, so an extra 4.5 per 30 seconds for the 30 full seconds, which is actually really long if you think about most battles. Um, so that's happening to boost up your adrenaline. And then right now, after that one, I decided to have the pulverize, just because I wanted something to use again for an ultimate. The actual ability does a good chunk of damage, and what it also does is it allows you to have the enemy deal less damage and you deal more damage because it increases their decreases their defense, and it increases your accuracy by that same amount. Um, Next, after that, it's the bread and butter berserker. It is a little bit lower from what I've seen. At least in terms of like what it does in turn, like, oh, how much extra damage it does. Because before, like, berserk was super powerful. Where if you hit the rotation properly, or if you hit everything right, you'd be dealing constant like 10 12 Ks, like hitting the max cap. But I think it's balanced right now, because one of the nice things that it does do is it does trigger overpower. Whenever you use it, instead of taking 30 seconds to reset, it actually only takes 10 seconds, I believe. I'll have to pay attention in the next cycle. But yeah, so because it does that, and you're able to get constant what do you call that? Energy from using an ultimate, because that counts as an ultimate. So like, if you use the ultimate, the overpower ultimate while in berserk, it takes you 10 seconds to regenerate, or 10 seconds to reuse it. But if you don't have to worry about running out of adrenaline, because, well, um, all the other stuff is happening in the background, which is giving you all the extra adrenaline. I think I got a drop. Oh, I got another one. Okay. This is actually my second one I've received like since I started replaying, which is really nice. All things considered, you always want to get stuff for free. I think I have soul runes in here. Okay. And then loot. Okay. And for my relics, I have the conservative or conservation of energy, which reduces the amount of adrenaline you use on a special attack. I mean, not a special attack, on a ultimate. And I also have the Fury of the Small, which increases like the adrenaline you gain per basic. Not just that, we also have I believe it is the Death Ward, which increases your defenses the lower your damage, or the lower your health is. That one's a little useless at this point, just because I'm constantly dealing a lot of damage. So I'm rehealing. Sorry. So I'm rehealing most of the battles, you can see, with the soul split. And then on top of that, with the bleeds, right now, the weapon, actually, because for 2% of the damage that I do, I get healed. Like, passive attacks heal you for 2% of the damage dealt. So melee itself is pretty tanky, all things considered. I will die if I don't hit certain DPS checks, just because that's kind of the way that the actual battle goes. If Carapac actually manages to what do you call that? If he manages to go into his melee dive and he stays there, and I don't get him out of it fast enough, the very first melee dive is always infinite. So if I don't hit that DPS checks, he just stays there until I die, or until he phases into the next phase, as you just saw right now. But because, again, like, look at how I'm healing. Like, that bleed is coming from the 242 64. Like, that's all healing damage from the bleeds from Massacre, I believe. It's going to be from Dismember. Yeah, so it evolves as you use it, and then it changes the cost as you use it. So the more you use it, the more adrenaline. The first one's free, the next one's 25. Oh, I've got some wrist wraps. That's cool. Huh. I guess I got video look right now. If you don't know what that is, it's like whenever you're recording something and like, can I wear it? I'm wearing my book. I'd rather wear the book. What can we get rid of? I think I'm gonna get rid of one of these flasks because one flask versus a yeah, the flask versus the wraps. I mean, obviously we're gonna go for the wraps. And yeah, so we do those moves to get back our adrenaline. We go for Berserk and then Chaos Roar into the Overpower, which 60k. That's beautiful. Um, and you just let the rotation go. I mean, another Overpower now, so that's another 27k. He This is the lowest I've seen him go down to 25k. Um, he's supposed to stop taking damage at 50k. Like as soon as you cross the threshold for 50k, he's supposed to phase. But because of the actual method that I'm using to fight him and the bursts of DPS that's coming out of the rotation that I set up, the bar, um, he sometimes he takes too much damage. Like see right now it was 49k with 566 points of HP extra. The last time it was like 20 something K because the damage that I dealt was just so fast and so much that it went over that limit. Um, I wonder if I'm ever gonna be able to do like a full on like what would that be called? Like it's not fuck, what would that be called? Like, just straight up KO that last little bit of HP. And boom, he's dead. And yeah, I mean, I think I like the way that this is balanced. There's some things I don't necessarily like. Um, but I also think that they're more of a preference than anything, and or not just getting used to it just yet. Um, But overall, I feel like I really like the melee. I still need to figure out the ranged. Ranged is a little bit trickier, I think. Um, but I think that also has to do with the fact that I am more used to, um, what do you call that? 24k, 13k. It's not great. That's not terrible though. 8. Oh, okay, he's already at 8. I was wondering, like, well, what happened? Like, is it going to? Okay, it's 10k, 20k. And then, I mean, the ultimate ability overpower from what I've seen, I'm dealing constant 20ks, give or take, like a k, so like 18k. Because each one hits for like 9k when even when it's not in the Berserk rotation. So when it is on Berserk, I've seen it proc up to 30k per hit. So that's pretty insane because that's 30k, that's 60k damage each hit. Um, I kind of want to take this out to Raksha, but I don't quite feel comfortable doing it with Raksha just because Raksha I am rusty on. But yeah, I mean this is the ability bar rotation that I went through. Ignore this berserk over here at the very end. I just haven't gotten rid of it, but everything else like the basic abilities or enhanced abilities, they're the um greater fury. We got the dismemberment. We got adaptive strike, and then we got the basic attack. Everything else is just a combination of enhanced and ultimate abilities. Um, because of the relic that I'm using, the persistent rage, I just generate adrenaline outside of combat. I would use that when I was fighting the dragons, the God Wars 2 dragons. Yeah, 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 the Vindicta. Yeah, there we go. When I would be killing Vindicta, that's when I would be using it. But now that, I mean, Karapak, at least in normal mode, is so easy. Um, I mean, I don't see why not to use that here. I will probably try to do Karapak like full manual later. But it's just that again, I'm on my phone, I don't have Wi-Fi, and even though I have a really strong PC, like RuneScape is really based on Wi-Fi. And I hope you saw that. That was 228Ks. Two. 228Ks. That was crazy. And then another 16K. Two 16K, so 32Ks, and then 28K. That's going to be like 48, like 56K worth of damage in 1 second. Like, that's kind of been crazy. And bear in mind, I'm not even leveled up fully. Like, I still got a long way to go for attack and defense for level 120. Right now I'm at 31 mil for 120 for attack, and then I got another 72 mil for 120 on strength. Like, I still got a long ways to go. The closest 120 for combat that I have right now is range, and that's because again, range was just my main bread and butter when RuneScape 3 was a habit for me. I think that it's going to be interesting, but hopefully we'll see. And yeah, I mean, I hope like you could. I mean, I guess this could just be called a review for like the melee combat style. I'll make one on range and I'll make one on magic. As I get more experience with both. Um, I swear to God, I got a codex. Oh, I got ooh sweet. I got the little guy. If you don't know why I'm excited for that guy, it's because what happens with those is, for fuck's sakes, it's too high value. Okay, I don't want to put my pin. Oh, for fuck's sakes, dude. Okay, I'm just gonna use this. And then we're gonna use the effigy. We're going to go for agility. And then we're gonna go for agility. And we're gonna go for fletching. And then we're gonna go for fishing. And then we're gonna go for cooking. I don't have enough cooking. Fire making. And then we're gonna use that on range. Yeah. Which, that's so little range XP. Like, I'm pretty sure I kill bosses for more. Um, but yeah, I think I really like the changes overall. I was listening to videos and I was, keeping an eye on the combat updates, and I did try out the beta, but because they were still kind of playing with it and I hadn't really read the post, it wasn't that clear to me. But yeah, I mean, I'd say it's a good update. Okay. I wonder if I ever hit 30K on both, one being like at 60K, 54K HP. I wonder if it would just whoosh, kill, yeah, or would it only register one attack and then stop? I wonder how much DPS this is, because I mean, you have 150K in the first phase, another 150K in the second phase, 150K in the third phase, so that's 450K HP. And then you have 70K on the last phase. So 450 plus 70K is what? Like 45 plus 7, how much is that? 52, 520K in a minute and a half. Not including the time where, he's obviously invulnerable between switching phases. It's crazy how it implies that he knows that he's just dying over and over and over and over again. Like there's no rest for him, all because he pissed off the elder gods. Well, I think I'm gonna end the recording here. Yeah, I can't think of much else to speak on. The familiar I'm using is the Calgarian Demon for extra crits. I got some spikes. I got the Zuck cape. Um, yeah, see, bolsters the over, causing it to hit twice. I've got the Scripture of Amiska. I think this one, and this should technically be easy unlocks. Technically. But I could be wrong. It's been a while since I played RuneScape, so this is really, to my understanding, and it was a couple months ago, pretty high end level gear. Um, there is better melee weapons, but I don't know if there's better melee armor or there's probably better melee rings. But yeah, I'll see how I enhance it as long as I keep on playing longer and longer. Right now I made a decent chunk of cash already. Just from playing and chatting with you guys. While going through the entire fight. See, I would actually even hesitate to use warp because like it would just throw off the rotation. Like with the penance powder, I'm covered in terms of prayer. Soul split, a lot of damage being healed back. Add in the bleeds, that helps out even more. Yeah, just overall, can't really complain about this. I mean, just with the codex, that's already 15 mil. I'm pretty sure it's another a mil, give or take, because the primal spirits are pretty worthful. 15k, 15, yeah, 15. Because 100 of those would be 1.5. Cannonballs, let's see, that's another, yeah, definitely another mil right there. Uncut dragon stones, 5k, but we're nearly at 200, so yeah, it's almost a mil right there. The Hydrix balls tips, that's 8k a pop. I mean, not quite, the, okay, we're gonna drop, yes, fuck, no, drop, fuck, I'm trying to pick up the soul runes and then pick up the gloves. Actually, how much money have I made so far? And then price checker, at all, 1 billion. At all. I'll probably throw away the magic potion. Yeah, that's pretty worthless. Dragonkin bones. Resonance. Dun dun dun. 21 mil. The pages. At all. 23. And then let me see. Yeah, I can definitely get rid of these. And that's not including whatever's in here. And then I guess this as well. I mean, it's not worth much, but it's something, I guess. 20 something mil. It's not bad for 10-20 minutes, I guess. I think I would earn more at Zamorak, but again, Zamorak, I can't do it AFK. Like, I can do this. Like, Zamorak, I have to go run back and forth, make sure everything is being procced properly, make sure it's standing on the right way. Hey, that's another thing. Like, if you're doing melee for Zamorak, you have to lure Zami over to wherever you want him to stand, and that's gonna be a little hard. Cause range, well, you just stand in the thing, but melee, like you have to be standing in the glyph, and if you're in melee distance, you have to be close to Zamorak, and if Zamorak is close to you, like he doesn't always follow you. He has range attacks. Now that I'm thinking about it, I really kind of want to try Raksha just to see how it would compare. But I would definitely have to switch out. Let me see. I would have to add in Freedom. I would have to add in Freedom and what do you call? Oh fuck no, I didn't want to do that one. I think it's gonna be here. There we go. And probably switch out the boots too. Because I don't know if I'd be able to phase Raksha before actually committing to anything. But let's go drop off whatever we need to drop off. Okay, we got 8 now, so that's the max amount for the hour. You can only get the treasure troves every so often per hour. Like it's not a guaranteed drop. I think it's eight per hour if I remember correctly, but I could be wrong. For fuck's sakes, you know what? Fuck it. We both know we're gonna die, and the best part is I've got the ring, so the death ring, so I won't die instantly if shit goes wrong. Rotation's pretty solid. Let's do that. Start. I would usually focus. It's ranged melee. Spin attack. Okay, done. Stomping, anger. Come on, assault. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's not gonna happen. On the plus side, I managed to phase him twice consecutively. It's just that I kind of burnt through all of my ultimates by the time that she got to the point where she needed to be phased into phase 4. Um, but I mean, that wasn't terrible. I think that highlights, like, okay, we're gonna activate, start. We're gonna be using something expensive here. Yeah, I think it would still be best to actually kill all the what do you call those, the shadow pools, or be on full manual when I do that, because we're definitely doing a lot of damage. It's just that not as much as I would like. We got closer, I think. I'm gonna deactivate this because that thing is expensive. All right, well, regardless, again, thanks for watching. I appreciate you. I really like the melee so far. I'm excited to explore the other two styles with you. Take care. Bye.